this work that has already been done, combining Algebra 1 and 2, for example, in a 200-day sequence. And I'm going to say, create a 200-day plan for a 7th grader who will be using this series. Ensure they have a test every Friday to ensure, so this is 40 weeks, to ensure they have mastered the concept, and then provide one math history figure on Fridays for them to study after the test. So Agentic AI will take what we've created and then it will create a template for this 40-week 7th grader learning Algebra 1 and 2 combined. This is like having an assistant work for you, like a lab assistant, right? We can create this for any curriculum and have it done while we sleep. So we are doing a unique blue ocean strategy when it comes to math curriculum. The first volume is everything pre-algebra and elementary math in one book. That's it. After that book, they go into this book, which is Algebra 1 and 2 combined with some pre-calc actually. And all the while, they're always reading Euclid from 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. They're reading a little bit of Euclid at a time. So this is Algebra 1 and 2, but they're doing geometry on the side. Here's what it's thinking, by the way. Look at the work it's happening in the background. And then the next thing they'll do is the third volume is pre-calc in depth, as well as, you know, anything left with geometry and the logic piece of geometry. The interesting thing with this as well is that our students will be able to take the CLEP test after this course, the college algebra CLEP test. So 7th grade is when my students start taking CLEP tests. Some might be ready in 6th grade, but 7th grade for sure, because you have the knowledge. So why not just get the college credit for it? Same thing with the other one, the pre-calc in 8th grade, and then of course in 9th grade calculus, they could take that at a college, and so on and so forth. Let me know if you have any questions, but this is the beginning. Again, blue ocean strategy, college credit, condensed math with efficiency, and we teach them how to use AI to prompt and give them more practice problems, how to study better, and they can finish everything K-12 math, you know, by 7th, 8th grade, and focus on, you know, calculus 1, 2, 3, linear algebra, discrete maths, differential equations. Students are capable of much more than we give them credit for, and that's the paradigm I'm going to operate under. The 200-day curriculum, and so now we go here. We can see week 1, week 2, all the weeks broken down into 40 weeks, and then it tells you day 1, this is what you should do. Here are the problems you should do, you know, and so on and so forth. So we can take all of this, we can have it, put it into an Excel document, and I'll do that in a second. Here it talks about the assessment philosophy. This is for Algebra 1 and 2 for 7th graders. Tells you some of the problems. I can have it create any problems I want. And then the mathematical historical figures. So notice they talk about the father of algebra, Al-Khwarizmi. And then the next week, Viatet. The next week, René Descartes. The next week, oh my guy, Euler. And then Fermat. Anyways, Euler is the best of all of the mathematicians. We can debate that later. Isaac Newton, of course, Carl Friedrich Gauss, Emma Noether, Gottfried Leibniz. Leibniz should be there. George Boole. So notice that the kids are going to learn the history. I'm going to put that all in an Excel document in a second. And then I'm going to tell it to do 2 things. I'm going to say, place all the days into an Excel document. So we're going to do that, and then we're also going to make all of this into a website afterwards where students can click and access the material for each specific day. I can spell, by the way. I'm just in a hurry, so I'm just typing it in. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to come back and see what it does. Has finished the mission. I told it to make 200 pages on I'll show you what it did on Google Docs in a second, but actually it has a 200 curriculum plan. Let's look at what it did in Google Docs. Here's the plan it created. How cool is this? 200 days, the day, the week, the term, the day of the week, chapter, section, topic, learning objectives, homework, assessment type, and then the mathematical historical figure they're studying. How cool is that, right? It's all created using Agentic AI. So teachers can use this to create lesson plans, do different simulations instead of manually using Excel to do it. Stay tuned for more videos, subscribe for more. Have a blessed day. Here's the website it made for the curriculum we're talking about, 200 days, 25 chapters for Algebra 1 and 2. You can hyperlink all these, so each day they can click, they can see their progress overview, term 1, right? We can look at term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, term 5, what to expect. You can make it into a website. We can take the files from the website and embed it in a different website. This is crazy. The fact that all these things can be done so straightforward with AI. This is just unbelievable, right? So look at this. It has all the weeks. It has the topics. So at any given point, we can ask, hey, who did you learn about? By the way, I don't know how Francis Galton made it into this list. Johannes Kepler, Blaise Pascal, those are some of my people. Galton is not one of them. But anyways, Ramanujan. Okay, so you see the point. You can use AI to create these tools. So teachers, stay tuned for more information, and parents on how to use AI to tailor your child's education better and increase mastery. Have a blessed day.